Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation releases from the week that was. Alrighty, so let's get underway for today, Sunday the 22nd of January 2017, with some scenery releases for the ESP, so the FSX and P3D world. So we're going to get started this week with the release from Aerosoft of Pisa X. So the ongoing juggernaut from 2016 of Italian airport releases does appear to be continuing into 2017 with this release. So Pisa International Airport is the main airport in the Tuscany region of Italy, and actually it's officially named Galileo Galilei Airport for the famous scientist, which is really cool, or fans of science and non-things is really awesome. Anyway, yeah, this is an airport that's been kicking around since the 1930s, and in the past has primarily served as a military hub, but has grown to be one of the largest and most popular, or largest and busiest of the Italian international airports. So it sees a hell of a lot of movements every year. So this is a really great scenery to be added in, particularly for everybody who likes to long haul flights. Now again, one of the things that I love about most of the a lot of releases from Aerosoft is the fact that it's not just the airport that's get modelled, but you also get the cityscapes that go with it and the surrounding area. So not only do you get the beautiful detail of the actual Pisa International Airport, complete with moving gateways, incredibly detailed ground markings, runway markings, and everything accurate as of 2016. But you also get all the cool things about the city of Pisa, which is a beautiful city, by the way. I did have spent some time there a few years ago. Complete with, of course, yes, the infamous Leaning Tower is, of course, there, along with the beautiful main cathedral there in the city, the main stadium, and a whole heap more, all in place to be very beautifully detailed and very accurate. Custom autogen as well. Incredibly detailed. We've got 30cm combination of combination of 30cm photoreal imagery, along with 2K textures included as well. And again, something else that I'm seeing increasingly common is the fact that their developers are actually starting to model the interiors of airport buildings that you actually come up close to, which is really cool to see. So yes, beautifully detailed rendition of this airport and the surrounding city available now from Aerosoft, from your favorite flight simulation retailer, coming in for around about $20. So pretty good price, I'm thinking, for the quality of the product. Available now either from Aerosoft directly or from your favorite flight simulation retailer. Alright, continuing on with scenery releases for the world, we've got yet another Italian release. We've got Milano Linate Airport. So this is this one is actually Milan Airport's ranked just behind just behind the one in Tuscany of in Pisa, with being ranked fourth in its movements for 2015, and it's just, again, this one is a really beautiful set of scenery. This one comes to us from Jetstream Designs. Coming in at around about $25, so similar price point. Though I think that the detail on this one, it's still got some incredible detail, but I'm just looking at the screenshots, I'm leaning towards the Aerosoft one. But as I said, it's not doing it any disservice, because this does look incredibly detailed, and they've gone to a lot of effort to make sure that all the airport buildings and all the airport support buildings work as well, including all of your jetways, including in beautiful detailed buildings, including interiors again, which is really amazing. All your animated, and again, your support vehicles driving around, which is kind of cool, and complete with like the buses that drive around, like feeding passengers around, which is still a common sight with a lot of European airports. It's really cool. Beautiful polygons done for all this one, as well as all four seasons are included, which is really nice to see as well. Beautiful night lighting, beautifully high detailed taxiway markings and signs as well, all included as well with this. So this is a really beautiful looking airport here, available now for your simulation pleasure. So coming in around about $25, coming in available at your favorite flight sim retailer, available now. Alright, in another release, this one's been a long awaited release from the guys over at Taxi to Gate Simulations. So they've brought us they finally released their Paris Charles de Gaulle airport. So this is an airport so we're moving over to France now for this one. So this is the largest international airport in France, and was built in the 60s to actually sort of service and actually grow the growing air traffic demands coming into Paris, and is actually one of the busiest airports in Europe. I believe it's the second busiest European airport behind Heathrow. So again, we're seeing we've got these three releases this week handle a lot of traffic. So probably so very good for guys who do your probably using your larger aircraft. This is going to be an absolutely amazing scenery boon for you this week. But yes, again, coming in the Taxi to Gate guys, really they do amazing work. Let's just be honest here. They do absolutely incredible work. Beautifully detailed custom ground textures, custom photoreal scenery included, along with a custom terrain mesh as well for the airport and the surrounding area, which is that's just development, incredible detail that goes into that. So that's just amazing. Customized, fully detailed 3D objects included, with terminal interiors for your main terminals as well. A whole heap of all the accurate details, all brought up to 2016 standards, so looking absolutely incredible. Full night illumination as well, volumetric draft, and your full animated jetways as well. So really, Taxi to Gate products are just, they're amazing. Let's just be honest here. They are amazing, and they've delivered another beautiful, amazing product in their Paris Charles de Gaulle airport as well. So available now, coming in around about $30 US, coming in available now from Taxi to Gate directly, or available from your favorite flight sim retailer. Available now. Alright, continuing on with the F6 and P3D world with some aircraft releases this week. So the guys over at Flight Sim Labs, so the guys, now they released their A320X product. They released it for F6 late last year, and they promised a P3D version, and the P3D version is now available. So it is now released. So for you P3D users who've been anxiously awaiting the release of the Flight Sim Labs latest creation, it is now available now for you. Now, interesting quirk with their pricing structure here. Really interesting. I don't know whether this is a mistake or not, but I'm just going to roll with it, and I'm just going to let you guys know about it. So the P3D version standalone is $140 US. If, however, you were to buy the FSX version and then buy the FSX to P3D upgrade, which means that you then have access to both versions, then it actually costs you $1 less. Not really sure how that works. Not really going to question it. But FYI, even if you are just a sole P3D user this way, if you want to save $1, you can actually save $1. So there you go. Cool story. It's a bit of a shame that the P3D straight version isn't backwards compatible to FSX, and you have to buy the FSX version separate. I kind of disagree with that. That's a whole nother thing that I disagree with personally. But anyway, but yes, so if you are looking at taking your Airbus experience to the next level with this incredibly detailed sim of the A320 and the family, it's definitely going to be something that you're going to be looking out for. It is not a it is not just a jump in and fly kind of aircraft. It really isn't. It is a incredibly detailed simulation of this. So very much Flight Sim Labs compared to the PMDG for their quality and their in-depthness. So there you go. But yes, if you have been waiting for the P3D version, it is available now from the Flight Sim Labs store. Alright, moving on from the ESP world now and moving into the world of X-Plane. So X-Plane saw a few releases this week. So, okay, I'm going to get this one out of the way. So last week we reported on a rather odd entry into the ESP world of the UV4 Vistol UAV, which is basically somebody producing something that's not really there, and it's freeware and being charged a stupid amount of money for it. Well, guess what? They've migrated it over to X-Plane. So really cool that they're sharing the love and, developing stuff for X-Plane. That's cool. Still think that it's overpriced. not going to lie. In fact, the fact that he's charging for something that he's previously released as freeware is a little wrong. Anyway, if you do want to pick it up for your X-Plane experience, it is compatible with X-Plane 10 and X-Plane 11, available now from the xplanes.org store for $22 or your regional equivalent, available now. Alright, in other real aircraft releases this week for X-Plane, we saw one that's actually perked my interest quite significantly. I have a very great big passion for the Panavia Tornado. I have pretty much, I think I do actually have every version available for FSX and P3D available, and have my various comments on all of them. But yes, this is now in X-Plane and looking stupidly awesomely detailed as well, complete with the weapons, and I don't need to have something like TACPAC or VACME for it. Anyway, so the Panavia Tornado, twin engine variable sweep aircraft, which was just incredibly awesome for its time, and is still amazing today, and still in service with several air forces today. This is the, looks like it's the GR1 to GR4 version, so it is the ground strike version, not the air intercept variant. So yeah, it's got fully detailed pilot and navigator cockpits, virtual cockpits. It's got a very realistic performance set compared against the real aircraft. Full startup sequence, moving map, terrain following radar, and terrain avoidance radar, and terrain mapping radar, which is fully compatible with a terrain following autopilot setting, which is, as I know from speaking to some of the developers of the SimSkunkWorks one, that is one of the hardest things to implement into a flight simulator. So that's really cool to see that here in X-Plane. It does come with full options for some weapons as well, and interestingly enough, a fully animated ejection sequence. I almost want to buy this just to see the animated ejection sequence. Anyway, but yes, as I said, it got some incredibly detailed parts of this aircraft, incredibly, looks incredibly well done. So as I said, I don't foray much into X-Plane, but this is suddenly tempting me into X-Plane like there's no tomorrow. Anyway, if you are looking at picking this one up, this one does come in at about $39-40 or your regional equivalent, available now from the xplane.org store. And finally, in X-Plane releases for this week, we also saw the release of, from the guys over at X Design, we saw their release of Lisbon International Airport. So this is the main international airport for Portugal, and again serves as another European hub. So lot of European airports this week. So yeah, this is an incredibly detailed one, again based up onto late 2016 layout of the airport. So fully up to date with all the taxiways and everything that you need to have. Incredibly, now it's got a lot of custom buildings, custom included as well, with fully updated main terminal buildings, Terminal 1, Terminal 2, fuel and cargo areas, all redesigned and all updated and made accurate as well. Complete with a whole heap of overlaid photoreal imaging put on there, as well as not just for the airport, but also around the airport boundary as well. It's really interesting. It's also got some custom ground vehicles for operation as well as custom taxiway routing as well for the aircraft. So, and again, like a lot of really good scenery designs that I like to see, it's not only does it do just the airport, it also includes the landmarks and the city around the airport as well. So you can actually use the waypoints, use the navigation points, use the visual things that you see in real life. You can actually use them as part of your flying experience, which I think is incredibly important thing, and then something that's I'm glad to see more and more developers are really taking that on board. So yes, this one is available now for X-Plane, again coming in at $25 or your regional equivalent, available now from the X-Plane store. Alrighty, and wrapping up the flight simulations for this release for this week, going back to the ESP world just quickly, we saw a new mission pack become available for FSX Steam Edition. So it not sure if this one is going to be coming to the wider ESP world, but for now it seems to be a FSX Steam Edition exclusive, at least for the moment. So this one is brought to us by Turbulent Designs. So these guys have brought out a mission pack in Australia, Australia called Fair Dinkum Flights. So, it's I've just literally just got my hands on a review copy of this, so look for a review of this coming out very, very shortly. But this comes out with about 10 missions to really give you to try and give you an experience of some of the wide variety of flying conditions that you can experience in Australia. It gives you a whole heap of missions, most of which, in fact, all of which actually utilize default FSX aircraft. So you got missions that utilize the Cessna 172, the 208 Caravan, you've got the Robinson R22, the EH101, Bell 206B, the King Air 350, Baron 58, and the FA-18 Hornet as well. So these are all included. So it's done there, as I said, 10 missions, everything from bushfire monitoring to medivacs to search and rescue. There's even a sling load mission in there as well, which is one I'm going to own that I'm going to have a lot of trouble with. But anyway, so yes, this is available now, coming in at $13 US, or your original equivalent, come available now for F6 Steam Edition, available now on Steam. Alrighty, so that wraps up the flight simulation world for this week. So let's go on, moving on to other things, releases from the simulation world this week. So the guys over at Euro Truck Simulator, so they've released 2 more of their paint jobs packs, and it must be something about the month of the year or something, given that it is Australia Day coming up next week. So they've released an Australian paint jobs pack as well. So they've come out with a pack of 4 paint jobs for your trucks in Euro Truck Simulator. So we're embodying some Australian themes, including a really cool Aboriginal inspired kangaroo art as well. A surfer surveying the Sydney skyline, just the typical Australian flag, and a sort of like a jumping kangaroo in the Australian with the red, white, and blue color scheme of the vehicle as well. So some kind of cool paint jobs coming in at the standard paint jobs price pack of $1 on Steam, available for your Euro Truck Simulation pleasure. And along with the Australian paint jobs pack, we also saw the release of the Romanian paint jobs pack as well. So it comes also with 4 paint jobs as well. So coming in with the stock standard flag one, a metallic version of it as well, which is kind of cool and covers the whole truck. Wings of Night, which is very much a Baton Transylvania inspired one, and the Mascati, which I believe is a folklore legend of a warrior, I believe. I couldn't find a lot about it, but yeah, it's very interesting. But yes, so this is available for, if you are a fan of Romania, you can now decorate your Euro Trucks Simulator 2 trucks with your Romanian themes. Available again for $1 US, available now on Steam. Alright, moving into sports simulators. So we saw 2 sports simulators come into being this week with the Pro Basketball Manager 2017. So that was the first one we saw. So this one is, again, as it says, you take on the role of a coach and owner of a basketball team. And this one is good because now it's got a lot more of the competition. So it's no longer just the American leagues, so the American NBA, American NBA, but it's all the college competition. But now also includes the European Championships, Australian Championships as well, and the World Cup are all included, a whole heap more. So it's really cool. You got over 20,000 players have been included with all their stats. You've got all sorts of reporting and things that can go there. You've also got graphical improvements have been made to the on-court components as well. So, and the interesting thing as well is that they've also gone through and analysed all the differences in rules between all the leagues, which is kind of cool. So there you go. You can also, like a lot of the simulation ones, you can also actually sort of get involved with the actual play-by-play for the actual matches as well. If you wanted to try and influence the outcome and not leave it to your AI, you can do that as well with a whole heap of statistics and interface customizations to go as well. So yes, if you are into your simulation games, available now. Normally $20 US, currently on a launch special of $18 US or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And in the second sports management simulator this week, we saw Bradman Cricket 2017 come out this week. So this one comes in at $50 US. Now this one, the last one in the series of this one was 2014, so it's been 3 years since we've seen another entry in the Bradman Cricket Sim. Now this one focuses far more on sort of like some of the physics and actually the way it actually operates, including full motion capture of first-class cricketers as well, which is really kind of cool. You got stadium logo creators as well, so you don't have to go with just the normal stadiums. You can actually create your own local cricket ground, and you can create and run your own and like play as part of your local team as well. So which is really cool and adds a lot more, I think, to it, rather than just going, oh yeah, I'll just pick one of the teams and whatever. It's about, you can really personalize this. But the thing that I like the best about this, and I think this is the best thing about this, is, and I'm a big supporter of women's cricket and women's sport in general. So this is really, really great to see that for the first time they've actually, and I believe it's a first for any of the cricket simulator type games that are out there, they've got a full setup of the women's leagues around the world have been included as well. Which is really, really awesome, and they've including the motion capture they did male and female cricketers, so it's really big on that, looking amazing, and I think this is a really impressive thing to do. So good on you guys over at Big Ant for actually stepping up and actually supporting women's cricket, because that's really, really cool. By the way, if for anybody who's in Australia and wanting to watch women's cricket, it is actually live. It's live streamed. Whenever there's a match going, it is always live streamed through the Cricket Australia website. So I highly recommend that you tune in, watch, because I think that most of the time there's more skill in the women's game than there in the men's game. Not gonna lie. Anyway, but yes, so if you do want to expand your simulation world into the world of cricket, it is looking like a pretty good game. Look, the graphics aren't the absolute best, but at the same time the physics look pretty good, and the stats and the way it works seem to be pretty good. So yeah, if I was into sports games, this would be the one I'd be going with. So yes, as I said, Bradman Cricket 17 available now on Steam for $50 US, or your regional equivalent available now. Alrighty, and rounding out the simulation release news for this week, so the guys over at Dovetail Games have released another route add-on for Train Simulator 2017. So this is their Sacramento Bay, Suisun Bay to San Francisco route add-on. So going through a whole heap of very interesting, interesting terrain and cityscapes, going through from mountains all the way through to the oceans, and going through narrow urban areas as well, which is really, really interesting, really impressive. Very, very highly detailed rendition of the San Francisco Bay area, which is really just a very beautiful part of the world. So yeah, this is looking pretty damn amazing. It's a standalone one, as I said. It's coming in $40 US, developed by G-Trax for Train Simulator 2017. So it includes 17 career scenarios, including a tutorial for using the in-cab systems of the vehicles as well. So looking pretty damn amazing. All the scenarios fully quick drive compatible as well, and just generally pretty awesome. Also comes with two vehicles as well. So it's the Northern Holman 1003 class motor and trailer as well, and the General Electric 650 steeple cab locomotive as well. Now, interestingly enough, the theme of this set also is the route as it appeared in the 30s into the 40s sort of period. So it's not the modern version of it. It's sort of got that classic, authentic sort of time period of the 30s and 40s, and the great age of rail. Very much the design influence for this one. So looking amazing. So yes, that is available now for $40 US, available on Steam for all your Train Simulator fans. Alrighty, so that does wrap up the simulation news releases for the week that was. Thank you very much for joining me. But before I go, as I said on last week's show, we did say that I was starting off the year with a bang and some prizes by offering a release of 4 Steam keys for the Iris Simulations PC9A. So of course, thank you very much to everybody who submitted their entry. Now, for those who are interested, the first flight of the PC9 was the 7th of May 1984. So congratulations to everybody who did get that one right. So the winners, guys, you will be notified by email within the next day or so with your key for you to redeem. But a quick shout out, as I said, with some sort of cryptid names, because I did actually realized that after I published the competition, I realized there was no place to actually put your name. So I'm going to interpret your name from your email address. So I've got Monkey 120, Stuart W, Dunkum 747, and T Roy. Congratulations on winning your PC9s. Expect your codes coming in your email inbox inside the next 24 hours or so. Alright folks, thanks very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.